Good morning, Year 5. So exciting days ahead. So today, tomorrow, and next week on Monday, you're going to develop your own version of Theseus and your monster. So grab your English book, grab your pen, your ruler, and the plan you did yesterday, if it's not in your books. So pause the video, grab everything you need, and I'll catch up with you soon. Amazing, Year 5. I'm sure you're ready to start. So first thing first, date and LO in your book. So today we are Thursday, the 28th of January, 2021. The LO is develop my story of Theseus, and please make sure you complete the gap here with the name of your monster. Remember, in the original story, it was develop the version of Theseus and the Minotaur, but we changed it to your monster. So once again, Thursday, 28th of January, 2021, develop my version of Theseus and your monster. When it's done, as you would do in class, underline date and LO with your ruler. Catch up with you soon. Okay, Year 5. So job number 1 this morning. Look back at your plan and use talk for writing to rehearse your story. So obviously, like if you were in class, you would be with a partner and you would talk through your plan. However, there are still some ways that you can do it. Maybe there is someone at home that has got a bit of free time and you can talk through your story. Or maybe there's a friend you can contact and have 5 minutes of talking with him or her. So let's say, oh, I'm Harry and I'm going to call Ellie, or I'm Evie and I'm going to call Lola. Whoever you are, maybe you've got a bit of time to call a friend or to call someone in your family and say, okay, I need to rehearse my story with you. Are you happy to help me out with this? So grab your plan, look at the different section, the opening, the build-up, the problem, the resolution, and the ending. Go through it, discuss it with someone in your family or a friend, and obviously try to improve it if need be. Take your time, we're not in a rush. I want to make sure that you know your plan and your story almost off by heart. So take your time, I'll catch up with you soon. Amazing job, Year 5. I'm sure you all managed to repeat and to rehearse your story, so great job. Now, we're going to start developing the opening section. So you might remember that in my plan yesterday, I had these notes in my opening section. I had first point was the introduction of evil King Minos and the description of the monster. And then we had 2 other points. So what I did, I thought I would develop the first point itself, and then I would group these 2 points together and we'll develop them. Now it's up to you. You might decide that you will develop each point, or you will group point 1 and point 2 together and have point 3 on its own, or you will have point 1, point 2, point 3. It's really up to you. So let's go through my point 1. Introduction of evil King Minos and the description of the monster and the maze he keeps sitting. So I came up with this. King Minos of Crete was a formidable and treacherous ruler who was feared by both the people of Crete and those from neighboring lands alike. Not only were people terrified of the king, they were also deeply scared by the monster, the name of your monster, a terrifying monster which, and then you can describe it. Furthermore, these beasts, and then you can add more details. So, as you can see, I set the scene and one of the main characters, King Minos of Crete. So we're going to talk about King Minos and the location, Crete. Now, using an expanded noun phrase, formidable and treacherous ruler, I give more detail about King Minos. So good point, good grammar point, I've used an expanded noun phrase. But I extend it again by using a relative clause, who was feared by both the people of Crete and those from neighboring lands alike. So I give more details again about King Minos. Not only is a formidable and treacherous ruler, but also is feared by people of Crete and other lands. And I keep on adding more details, and I say, and I explain why these people are terrified, because of a monster. And this is where you're going to introduce your monster. You're going to give the name, and as I've done here, you're going to give some details. You can use which or that to introduce a relative clause to add more details to your monster. Furthermore, you're going to add more details, this, and then you can have 1 or 2 sentences to describe your monster in more details. So that is going to be part of my first paragraph. This is obviously just a model. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it this way if you want. You can borrow some words if you like. You can change the words. It's going to be up to you, but this is a model that potentially can help some of you. Now, moving on to the next 2 points that I have grouped, I came up with whispers of, maybe find something here, spread rapidly across the ocean to the mainland, where King Aegeus ruled the Athenian people with contracting kindness and patience. The king's son, Theseus, asked his father, "Why do we fear King Minos so greatly?" "Because," he began, sighing deeply, "we know ... So, sorry, I go back here. Contrasting. I obviously forgot the S, so I'm just going to add it now in the writing. Okay, contrasting. So, I set the scene again. I'm talking now about King Aegeus, the king of Athens, and introducing a contrast with King Minos, formidable and treacherous ruler, whereas King Aegeus is kind and patient. So some details about King Aegeus. Then I introduce Theseus and his main question, why do we fear King Minos so greatly? So I start a dialogue between Theseus and his father. So remember the rules for dialogue, direct speech, inverted comma, question mark if it's a question, commas if then the sentence continues. So I think here it's a great idea to have a dialogue, some description and the dialogue to move the story forward. So again, this is just an example, a model. And as you can see, it's not completed because I want you to think for yourself and to come up with your own ideas. You don't have to copy it, make it yours. I'm sure you've got plenty of ideas. So this is the opening section. Obviously, your opening section is probably slightly different than mine. Organize it as you want. As I said again, you can develop each point independently or you can group some. Have a look, have a draft on your jotter, on your whiteboard. And when you're happy with your opening section, copy it in your books. Don't rush, okay? Like you would do in class. Take some time. We've got 3 days to develop the story. So take some time now, pause the video, and I'll catch up with you soon for the next section. Amazing job, year 5. I can't wait to read your opening section. Now, moving on from the opening section to the build-up section. So here, I haven't really modeled it for you yet because I'm thinking I'm going to give you a bit of freedom and let you go. And I know sometimes children can be stuck to start the story, but once it starts flowing, they're fine. So I just want to see what you can come up with today in this build-up section and give you a bit more freedom. Now, once again, you've got here on the side the main points of my build-up section. They were from my story. Obviously, it might be slightly different for you because you've got a different monster. Here again, we've got 3 main points. So you can choose to have them on their own and to develop 1 point at a time, like I am doing now. So, or you can decide that you're going to group paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 together and have this 3rd one on its own. Or you can have point 1 and point 2 and 3 together. It's really, really up to you. Now, remember, it's a build-up section. It's called build-up for a reason. This is where you're going to start building up a bit of tension. This is where you're going to give more details about the characters and maybe what they're like, what they feel, what they're going to do when they arrive to Crete. Once again, make sure you've got lots of details by using expanding noun phrases or relative clauses, so the story comes to life. So this is going to be the last part of today's work, developing the build-up section. And as it says, let's make this myth come to life. Give it some life. Make the reader want to read even more tomorrow. So, as before, grab your jotter, your whiteboard, draft it, read it. I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy with this section, but I want to improve this one. Edit, and when you're ready, copy it in your books, and I will read it later from Dojo. So, good luck everyone today with your opening section, your build-up section, and I can't wait to catch up with you tomorrow for the problem part. Ooh, exciting. See you tomorrow, year 5. In the meantime, have a good day and catch up with you soon. Take care.